What's going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today we have a first look at the Shieldon Gambit, and this is an interesting little knife here. While we're getting started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. So this is a Shieldon knife. If you're not familiar with them, they hover in that 50 to like 120 dollar price range, and they often use 154 cm and 14C28N, and they're not afraid to do some different and unique designs. This is a Dirk Pinkerton design, and it's got an interesting aesthetic to it. And I initially thought that this knife was a little bit larger. Just seeing a photo or two of it, I assumed it was a little bit larger of a knife, but it's actually more of a small to mid-size knife. I guess you could say mid-size. We'll check the specs here in a minute, but we're looking at 154 cm. We got this sheep's foot cleaver-ish style blade, and then we have some milling up on top, and that's kind of an acting fuller as well, because you can reverse flick it out really easily off that, and you can thumb flick it out easily off that as well. We also have a front flipper tab there, and the jimping is ran perfectly. I mean, this is getting nitpicky, but just run it all the way out, baby. I mean, that's what I would do if I ever do. Run that all the way out. I mean, that's perfect, but just run it the whole damn way. I think it doesn't change the aesthetic. I think it looks good, and it also serves a purpose of a blade that's entirely able to be used with a thumb or index finger, however you're gripping the knife. If you have the ability to touch that part of the top of the blade and it makes sense to have it, just put it there. I mean, and then I like this little notch here. It's perfect for index cuts. You can tell that Dirk Pinkerton knows what he's doing. Little intricate details like that. This isn't just thrown out there. It actually has an idea behind it. It's really, really nice and, refreshing to see a user. It might not be everyone's aesthetic or size, but the little cues and the little details are what make a knife really nice. We have a G10 on G10 combination going on with a deep carry clip. It is recessed, and it's going to be right hand carry only. And we are looking at a liner lock here. Good access to the liner with a chamfer. The detent on this is pretty good off the fuller there. Thumb flick is really good. The front flipper works really good. And I guess I'm a little too low on the blade, so I guess I don't really, it feels good. Off the top, feels good. So just getting used to flicking off of this area, I guess, because you have the whole, you can use wherever you want up here. So that's actually convenient. You don't want to be up too high because then it's goofy. Yeah, there we go. Comfortable as far as just a standard grip. I'm going to get a squeezed forefinger and then kind of a spread out grip. More of like a 3.5, 3-finger type grip here. While we're talking about that, let's get a measurement on this fella here. So we're looking at 2.5 inches of cutting edge, 2 3/4 of total blade, and we'll call it 6 1/16 overall. And then we'll put it up against a couple of other knives for comparison's sake. We have the Kaiser Drop Bear up top and the Benchmade Bug Out on the bottom. And that just shows you the size of this knife, because these two knives are a very average and standard size, and it's even a little bit smaller than both of those. So we're lined up pretty good there, and you guys better love me. This knife isn't as small, though, as I wanted to make this clear. It's not as small as some of these other very small knives from CJRB, Trivisa Concept. It's not quite on that level of small. It's got a taller handle, so that already feels better. And then we have a nice area to kind of lay in this flat, and it's just a little bit more hand filling than some of these. And not that these don't work, they work great as a fifth pocket knife or a backup knife, but this is just that next step above these. And the Real Steel Viz here, you know, that's kind of on that same level there. You're going to get a very similar feel out of this, not in the substantial part, but more of it filling out the hand. These two will do that much better than some of these, depending on the size of your hand, of course. We'll see what this thing looks like in the pocket here, and I think it'll carry pretty nice. It's a little bit wide, a little bit tall, but not too shabby, and it's going to carry nice and deep in the pocket there. Going to look really clean. I like this clip. Retention is good, and that G10 is textured, so that's going to add to that grip there as well. We'll go ahead and get a weight check on this thing. We'll get my arch nemesis out here and see what we're looking at. We'll go to ounces first. It's pretty light. 2.7. 86. We'll get a couple of measurements here on our handle thickness. We're looking at 0.46 on the handle, and our blade stock, we're coming in there about 116. Very, very standard on both parts. And we'll check behind the edge here. And here we go with 19 thousandths. We'll go ahead and see how that little feller cuts out of the box. We got our telephone book paper here. And I like Shieldon. They seem to run a good show over there. They use good materials, and I don't know. They use a .net website. Just makes me feel comfortable. They don't put out a ton of models at all. They have quite a few, but they're not pumping out like 15 new models a month or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure they have quite a few models coming. This has a nice edge on it. I mean, it could be quite a bit better. I mean, I was yapping the whole time, so I mean, it's actually not too shabby. It's pretty good, actually. I guess I was just screwing up at the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, not too shabby. 154, be easy to sharpen up. We'll go ahead and run this thing through our normal checks here. Pretty close to center. Looks like it could be off a... Nah, I guess that's pretty damn close. That's pretty on point. There's no detent lash with this. It's got a pretty solid detent. I like Dirk Pinkerton. I've picked up many of his designs, and I never knew about this one. Soft open, lockup's pretty good. 30% maybe. Good access with a chamfer. Closing action is clean and smooth. Couple of shakes. There's no rocking on there. Let's go ahead and see how this thing does up against the old whacker here. Couple of light taps out towards the tip here. Couple of medium ones there in the middle. Check it, check it. Whack it, whack it. Very good. And these come with a little belt pouch that I have found I use, actually, not for the knife, but for multi-tools that don't come with them. I'll put them in these little pouches. And this one's a little bit smaller, I think, than the normal standard one that comes with the rest of them. So I'll have to double check that. But nice packaging, comes out of that box and comes with that pouch. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the Gambit here? Interesting design from Dirk Pinkerton. Well done from Shieldon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That helps push the video out there to more people. If you're new to the channel here and you enjoy this type of content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I'll put up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again. I love you all. Catch you on the next one.